After the fallout, Philippine Army eyes new paths to revive its light tank project. Weeks after the cancellation of the Pandur II wheeled tank component, the Philippine Army is recalibrating its light tank project. While the Sabra tracked tank has shown strong performance, planners are racing to find an affordable, reliable wheeled replacement, one that keeps the Army's modernization momentum alive without sacrificing long-term sustainment and interoperability. The Philippine Army's light tank project, once a bold plan to pair tracked and wheeled firepower, now stands at a pivotal moment. The cancellation of the Pandur II 8x8 wheeled variant left a strategic void, one that the Sabra tracked tanks alone cannot fully fill. Yet within the fallout lies an opportunity to reassess procurement practices, strengthen supply lines, and choose a wheeled partner that brings both capability and sustainment to the table. The calm after the storm. When the Department of National Defense confirmed the Pandur II cancellation, it created understandable disappointment across the Armor Division and defense observers. However, instead of paralysis, the Army moved into a phase of reassessment. Inside Camp Aguinaldo, planners are weighing three primary options: expand the Sabra fleet, pursue a new wheeled partner, or pursue a hybrid approach with increased local sustainment capacity. Sabra, the program's bright spot. Elbit System Sabra, built on the Ascot II chassis and armed with a 105mm rifled gun, has exceeded expectations in early trials. Crew feedback emphasizes its reliability, optical suites, and fire control accuracy under night and adverse weather conditions. For many in the Army, Sabra represents a modern baseline from which doctrines and training can evolve. The Sabra performs beyond expectations. It's reliable, easy to maintain, and delivers the kind of firepower we haven't had before. Senior Armor Source, Philippine Army. Yet despite Sabra's success, commanders emphasize that tracked platforms cannot replace the strategic mobility that wheeled tanks provide: faster redeployment on roads, lower maintenance in sustained operations, and better suitability for island-to-island transfers in archipelagic theaters. The search for a suitable wheeled replacement. Several platforms are now under consideration. Early evaluations point to three credible contenders, each with distinct pros and cons. Otokar Arma 8x8, Turkey. Strengths include a modular chassis, export pedigree, and the option to fit a Cockerill 105mm turret, which would simplify joint logistics with the Sabra's ammunition profile. Turkey's defense industry has also shown an appetite for cooperative industrial arrangements and flexible financing, which could be attractive to Manila. Centauro II, Italy. The Centauro II stands out for its heavy-hitting 120mm gun and advanced fire control suite. It offers near MBT firepower in a wheeled package. However, its weight, lifecycle costs, and price tag make it a more ambitious option that could strain logistics and budgets. Piranha V, Switzerland/General Dynamics. Known for modularity and NATO standard systems, the Piranha V offers interoperability advantages. Its cost profile is higher, but it brings strong industry support and field-proven reliability in complex environments. Other regional and Asian candidates, including options from South Korea, Indonesia, and Japan, are also being scoped, mainly for reasons of cost, local industrial cooperation, and political alignment. Strategic and procurement lessons. The Pandur II episode has resurfaced perennial issues in Philippine defense procurement: contractor reliability, realistic timelines, and the need for robust after-sales support. In future contracts, the Army is likely to demand stronger delivery guarantees, clear performance metrics, and provisions for local assembly or long-term maintenance. Procurement discipline is now a central talking point in Camp Aguinaldo. Rather than rushing to fill the hardware gap with the first available option, planners are emphasizing a balanced evaluation that considers lifecycle costs, spare parts supply chains, and potential for technology transfer. Why wheeled armor matters in the Philippines. As an archipelagic nation with limited heavy road infrastructure in many regions, the Philippines benefits greatly from wheeled armor. Wheeled tanks enable rapid response over long distances on paved roads, facilitate inter-island redeployment where heavy transport is limited, and typically reduce sustainment burdens compared with tracked vehicles. Wheeled systems also expand mission profiles, convoy protection, quick reaction forces, urban stabilization, and even certain coastal defense tasks. Losing that capability would limit tactical flexibility at a time when security dynamics in the region are evolving rapidly. Budget realities and political calculation. Money matters. Although the cancellation freed up some budget, the DND still faces competing priorities across maritime, air, and ground domains. The light tank project must compete for resources with naval acquisitions, air defense systems, and other pressing modernization needs. Political calculations also come into play. Partnerships with Turkey, Italy, South Korea, or the US each carry diplomatic signals. Procurement decisions will therefore be evaluated through both capability and strategic diplomatic lenses. The path forward, realistic scenarios. Short-term options include increasing Sabra numbers to leverage existing logistics chains, or acquiring a modest fleet of wheeled tanks from a cost-effective supplier, likely Otokar or a regional manufacturer. Medium-term plans might focus on local sustainment partnerships and building capacity under the self-reliant defense posture framework. Longer term, the Army aims to field an integrated armor brigade capable of joint operations with naval and air assets, a multi-domain vision that will require careful sequencing of acquisitions and consistent funding. Open questions. Can the DND negotiate contracts with stronger delivery and maintenance guarantees? Will local industry be included for assembly, upgrades, or sustainment? How will the Army balance short-term capability needs with long-term doctrinal reforms? Conclusion: turning lessons into lasting capability. The Pandur II cancellation was a setback, but not a fatal one. The Sabra Light Tank represents genuine progress, proof that the Army can absorb modern systems and benefit operationally. The key question now is whether the Philippines can translate that single success into a coherent, sustainable wheel-tracked pairing that fits the country's unique geographic and strategic needs. For defense planners, the task is clear: choose partners who deliver, structure contracts that protect the taxpayer, and build local capacity to reduce future vulnerabilities. The light tank project's next chapter will be a test of procurement wisdom, strategic patience, and national resolve. Disclaimer: this article is based on publicly available information and personal analysis. It is meant for informational and educational purposes only and does not represent any official position. There are no elements of fake news, misinformation, or scams in this content.